All right, it is 9:04 a.m. and it's a Saturday morning, and we're gonna go ahead and prep some Dungeons and Dragons. Been up early because my sleep schedule got screwed up by my day job. Played a little Diablo 4 beforehand, but responsibilities, right? We gotta prep. You can't be playing games all the time. You gotta run games. You gotta make games. So last week. Last week, we left off in this beautiful Spiku map with all of the NPCs and the characters and all that, and a couple of things like hanging there for people to do, right? So they were going to go and try to... Hey, morning, Orf. They were going to go and recruit, or try to recruit, some Dwagons. Now, I like this angle a lot because they had a really good fight against Abithriax. And a rematch against Abithriax would be pretty cool, but I don't think we need to do another 4-hour fight, 4-hour and change fight against Abithriax. I feel like that'd be a little stale. So I like the idea that they basically beat him the first time, and so the second time they have these allies with them, and that sounds kind of cool. So the coolest approach, obviously, and the only viable approach, is for the party to travel to the Shrine of the Wind or whatever, and go ahead and get that shit taken care of. And I believe, where did we put that that wind dungeon? Did we put it in Elser Cross? No. Did we put it in the Red Hand Camps? No. Where did we put it? What a great question. Is it in Marth Forest? It is. So there's a forest shrine, and then there's a shrine of the Wind Lancer. And I thought I had like a cool climb the mountain situation here. I did. Okay. But they're going to skip that, and they're going to teleport directly to the shrine, where Delirian the Emptiness is mourning the loss of his sweet baby, who died long ago. Aislinn the Wind, who for some reason got a token mold token, which is always embarrassing. There we go. And so of course her spirit will do battle with the characters and not want to give up her stuff. And then this opportunistic mimic right here is going to take care of some business as well. Now, this is a great opportunity, since this is an opportunistic mimic, to create this opportunistic monster trait that I've been thinking about. So I'm going to go in here, and I'm going to go ahead and make a new trait, and it's going to be a feature. That sounds right. And we're going to call it Opportunist. And I'm sure there's already an Opportunist ability, or whatever. But what I'm thinking for Opportunist is if a creature uses any movement while within melee reach of you, you may, while within your, there we go, melee reach, you may use your reaction to make a unarmed or weapon attack. I'm going to put a grapple, shove, unarmed or weapon attack against that creature. Alright, so this creates like a much more punishing crowd controlling type thing. It's not as crazy as Sentinel. It doesn't reduce your speed to 0 or whatever. I guess if you grapple it does. But it essentially punishes people for standing up from prone, which is very Pathfinder. And then it helps monsters that are really big. If you wanted those sorts of monsters to have more precision and be less clumsy, as people are moving around the monster, they get those opportunity attacks. Which I think for like a Hydra or something like that, very cool. So I think this is a great solution. I want to start creating more of these kind of abilities that we keep in a folder, and we can just sort of drop them, like monster feats, essentially. We can sort of drop them onto whatever we need at the time. So what would be a great thing for opportunist? Let's see. Opportunist icons. They're all about money. Money! Alright, in that case, we will go to... skills? Targeting? And I guess I'll just go with... I'm going to go with this blue arrowhead. Looks kind of cool. So we'll use that. Oh, yeah! Like, we could do low, mid, and high level abilities. Yeah, that'd be pretty cool. So we're going to call this Monster Feat. I don't know if that'll fit. There we go. Cool. So I'm going to give Opportunist to this Mimic. Not that anybody's going to try to move away from this Mimic, but, you know, it could be pretty fun. Alright. Oh, using Mid-Journey to make icons. Ah, that's pretty smart. Damn. Alright. At what point does Orf stop living his human life and just have the AI do everything for him? AI feed the dogs, AI change the baby's diaper, AI go on a date with the wife. When will it stop, Orf? When will you just hand over your life to the machines? I had an ability to giants called Punt, where if they move into the giant's reach, the giant can try to punt them away up to 15 feet. I like Punt a lot. I feel like Punt might be cool if they were prone, though. I feel like it would be good for, like, a prone target. Like, if a creature is prone within, you know, within 5 feet of you, then you can punt them as a reaction. That might be kind of cool. But I get the idea that you want the giants to kind of keep people at range. Ask ChatGPT what are good features to put on a monster. That's a cool idea. Alright, but that's not what we're doing today. We're not building cool optional monster abilities. I just thought of that when I saw the Mimic there. Okay, so we got this lovely map. They're gonna go. So what about Ragear's idea that he wants to go and see his patron? Well, his patron is currently enslaved to. Come on, brain. His patron is currently enslaved to Azar Cool. So if he showed up, we would need like a cool sort of description of like what is happening to him. I would love chains of blood to go around this guy. I'm not exactly sure how to create that effect unless I make a convenient effect. I also want to point out David, he was kind of, I don't want to say complaining, but he was like missing really hard Lancer initiative. I am wondering if it's worth just shutting off. Hear me out. I'm wondering for active initiative, is it worth just using Lancer and not being able to have automated durations on things? Because like I feel like we're walking away from Lancer, and I'm having to add all these extra fucking steps with activated and all this other kind of stuff. If we remove about time and we remove all of the duration tracking and we just track that stuff organically like you would in a real life game anyways, right? If we take that away and we go back to Lancer, I miss Lancer a lot. I'm going to just talk to my groups about it because I just feel like it's harder to track who has gone and who hasn't gone. We're so used to Lancer. Lancer has such a nice interface. But I understand that it hasn't gotten upgraded or whatever. But we're going to lose Combat Carousel soon anyways. We did it in Monster Hunter? What do you mean in Monster Hunter? Like, we use Lancer without about time and durations and stuff like that? Yeah, like, I think we should go back to doing it, honestly. I just don't... I don't know. I don't really like it, and it also seems like, especially in the Curse of Strahd games with the animated. Oh, he revived Comic Carousel. Okay, I don't know. I'm not really enjoying the acted thing. I think it's harder to track everything. I think it could be used in tandem. It could be used in tandem, and then you got to clear it. But I also like ended, and this is probably why I got sour grapes about this. I ended the game, the combat, but I forgot to advance the round to automatically strip away the acted status. So then in Nightfall, I went to delete everything, but I was really tired, and I deleted everything. So now I got motherfuckers that are that had injuries, that had permanent injuries, that were all fucked up, that curses, and they're all like wiped. I can't see that stuff anymore. And I have to go back through the chat at some point this week, and I have to like read the chat and figure out what things got turned off and turn that stuff back on. I was pretty pissed off about the whole thing. I'm also running into an issue with About Time where my convenient effects are overwriting each other and canceling each other out, and I don't want to deal with all that bullshit. So I've got to really figure out what's going on. I know that Cub's going away in 11, and everyone has kind of like abandoned Cub altogether. So, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, let's go ahead and make a convenient effect here. We're going to call it Bloodbound. I'm not going to explain what it does at all. And then for the effect icon, we'll just go get some blood. How hard could that be? Let's see. Alright. Icons, and then we go to magic. There's no folder for blood? How unfortunate. Alright, well there's a lot of blood here. We'll go with that. There. That seems good. And let's see. Duration. I don't need all that shit. Effects. We want to play a JB2A animation. I just have to remember how we do that. Let's see. Animation. Alright, hold on. I have some of these that actually play like an effect. So let me see. Oh, right. Acted plays an effect. Here we go. So, macro execute, and then we have to make a macro called, oh my god. Alright. So, let's see. Macro execute, custom, and then we have to make one. Alright. Let me see what I could do. So, we'll grab this, edit, defreds, acted. That's not what we need. These are all toggling the convenient effect. Let's see. Alright, so we want this guy. Alright. This is a long way just to put some fucking blood chains on this guy. You could use token magic folder if you don't want to make one. Token magic folder. Does that already have it on there? Like blood chains? Because that's what I'm after, is some blood chains. Let's see. Bloodbound. Alright, script. And let's see. Then we want to play action improved, blah, blah, blah. Alright. So for that, we're going to go to sequence, database, and we're going to look for blood. Nope. We're going to look for chains. Alright. Markers, chain, red, play. Ooh, that's pretty cool. Alright. Or, ooh, okay. Yeah, I like that shit. Alright, let's see. Copy the URL. Then we go over here. And we go and take this. There we go. And save. Huh. Alright. And let me go here and we'll execute this. Aw. Advanced macro, unexpected issue. What did I do wrong? Let's see. That's macro acted. So what did I do to this guy? That was wrong. Image path. Oh, alright. It's gotta be blah blah blah, the forge, blah 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 blah. Shit. Alright. Let me see what I could do. No. So that's not grabbing it from the right place. Yeah, I want the chains to float around the token. Use automatic animation menu. Blah. This is why I don't do anything fancy anymore in my games. Like, it's just like, you only have so much time to prep. Do you really want to spend all this fucking time so that you can have one visual effect? It just seems so stupid to me. There's a macro in token magic called pentagram. Fuck it. I'm not going to bother. I'm just going to keep going. So, as they appear, if they try to go here, I don't think he'll be able to go here. Like, to be honest. The whole place is going to be locked down with, like, forbiddance and non-detection and all sorts of shit. So, or if you don't got to do that, man, like, at a certain point, I just need to set the bar, and I'm just not going to go above that bar anymore, man. I don't want to, like, create all these expectations all the time. You do fancy effects, and then you have to do more fancy effects, and you have to do more fancy effects, and, like, I'm not trying to make a fucking video game, right? I'm trying to play Dungeons & Dragons. And I hopefully run a good enough game that I don't have to, like, bamboozle everybody with a bunch of special effects and all this other horse shit just to get the point across of what's happening in the scene. Like, I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. So, it's whatever. I got other shit I gotta dedicate my time and my brain power to, which is both in limited supplies. Alright. So, Rager wants to get to this guy. They want to try to find this guy. I don't think they're really going to be able to do that, is the thing. Alright, let's see. Alright, so Forbiddance. Forbiddance is, you create a ward against magical travel that protects up to 40,000 square feet of floor space to a height of 30 feet above the floor. Which is always weird to me, because, like, if you've got a really nice structure, can they just teleport 35 feet above the floor? Can you never make things taller than 30 feet if you want to use Forbiddance? If you cast a spell at a higher level, can it be slightly taller? It just feels like a weird stipulation. For the duration, creatures can't teleport into the area or use portals, such as those created by gate spells, or enter the area. The spell's proof against planar travel, and therefore prevents creatures from accessing the area by way of astral plane, ethereal plane, Feywild, Shadowfell, or the Plane Shift spell. In addition, the spell damages creatures, types of creatures that you choose when you cast it. You may choose one or more of the following: Celestials, Elementals, Fey, Fiends, and Undead. When a chosen creature enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn or starts its turn there, it takes 5d10 radiant or necrotic damage. When you cast the spell, you designate a password. A creature that speaks the password as it enters the area takes no damage from the spell. The spell's area can't overlap other areas of Forbiddance, and if you cast Forbiddance every day for 30 days in the same location, which costs 30,000 gold, by the way, the spell lasts until it is dispelled. Incredible. And the material components are consumed on the last casting. Well, we know that Azarkul is a quote-unquote cleric, so he's going to be able to take care of this shit himself. I dislike the whole, like, 40,000 feet, but they've had a lot of time to do this. They have a lot of resources. They're bad guys. They've got plot going for them. So I would say that, yeah, the whole dungeon definitely has a forbiddance. I think what he doesn't want in here, as far as creatures, I guess he would ward against all of those creature types unless they had the password. That seems fair. All right, so we'll look at that. Let's see. How best to make ourselves aware of this information? Here we go. I'm gonna do create journal entry, and we will do Feign of Blood details. There we go. Cool. And this weird ass journal system. Okay. Magical defenses. Alright. So we're dealing with a forbidden spell. So let's see. Have I changed my... weird. Okay. Alright. Forbiddance. There we go. And then I'm thinking also Unhallowed, probably, because it's a pretty evil place. Because D&D is skewed towards good guys, I don't think they have an Unhallow specifically. You just like reverse cast the Hollow spell. So Hollow says, you touch a point and infuse an area around it with unholy power. The area can have a radius of up to 60 feet, and the spell fails if the radius includes an area already under the effects of a Hollow spell. The area affected is subject to the following effects. Celestials, elementals, fae, fiends, and undead can't enter the area, nor can such creatures charm, frighten, or possess creatures within it. Any creature charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature is no longer charmed, frightened, or possessed in the area. You can exclude one or more of these types of creatures from this effect. Second, you can bind an extra area to the an extra effect to the area. Choose the effect from the following list or an effect offered by your GM, which, you know, is classic 5e design. Some of these effects apply to creatures in the area. You can designate whether the effect applies to all creatures, creatures that follow a specific deity or leader, or creatures of a specific sort, such as orcs and trolls. When a creature that would be affected enters the spell's area for the first time on a turn, or starts its turn there, it can make a charisma saving throw. On a success, the creature ignores the area effect until it leaves the area. So, courage, darkness, daylight, energy protection, energy vulnerability, everlasting rest, extra dimensional interference, fear, silence, and tongues. Okay. So, we need some cool forbiddance effect in this area. Not forbidden, excuse me. Unhallowed effect. Unfortunately, this has to be re-upped all the time, and it does not have the tag that if you cast a spell over and over and over again, it gains more of this ability. So we will put certain areas are under the effects of an unhallow spell. All right. So how do we reverse it? How do we reverse it? Okay. We're going to put unhollowed. Nope. Alright. It lasts till dispelled. Oh, it takes 24 hours to cast. It lasts until dispelled. Got it, got it, got it. Okay. Alright. So, let's see. What are they doing with this unhollowed effect? Okay. Areas inside the fane are unhollowed ground. Alright. So we will put Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead not sworn into the service of the Sanguine King cannot enter. I'm going to put sworn or bound. There we go. Second, you can bind an extra effect to the area. Oh, wait. First, they can't enter. And then any creature charmed, frightened, or possessed by such a creature is no longer frightened, charmed, or possessed upon entering the area. Alright, we will put creatures not bound or sworn to the Sanguine King have disadvantage to saving throws against charm, frighten, and possession effects, period. Because that's like the reverse. And then, let's see, that would actually be have. There we go. And then finally, blood must flow. If a creature takes piercing or slashing damage, we'll put here, if a creature not bound or sworn to the Sanguine King takes piercing or slashing damage, they gain a stack of bleed 1. Alright. Only magical healing can remove this bleed effect. That seems pretty fun. Alright. Cool. So the combination of the forbiddance plus that seems pretty solid. It also means that it's going to be really hard for them to find this place. Let's see. What's the other spell I'm looking for? Private Sanctum. Alright. From Mordenkainen. Gotta pay him his fees, his dues. So this lasts for 24 hours, has a casting time of 10 minutes. Here we go. I'm reading it in D&D Beyond. Alright, you make an area within range magically secure. The area is a cube. It can be as small as 5 feet or as large as 100 feet on a side. The spell lasts for the duration or until you use an action to dismiss it. When you cast the spell, you decide what sort of security the spell provides. Sound can't pass through. The barrier is warded, appears dark and foggy. Sensors created by divination spells can't appear inside the protected area or pass through the barrier. Creatures in the area can't be targeted by divination spells. Nothing can teleport into or out of the warded area. Planar travel is blocked within the warded area. And then this is a Wizrobe spell, and the spell is 4th level. So some Devastators could definitely make this possible. When you cast a spell using a slot of 5th level or higher, you can increase the size by 100 feet for each slot beyond 4th. Thus, you can protect a cube that is up to 200 feet on a side by using this. Okay, so with that known, we will put most areas are protected by this. So what we're doing here, this is like D&D 101 for how do I get my players to not find the final dungeon and go there automatically. So, we'll see. All right. Let's paste that in. And this will be private sanctum. Okay. You make an area within range magically secure. The area is a cube that can be as small as 5 feet, blah, blah, blah. When you cast a spell, choose the following properties. Okay. I think the main thing is that they don't want sensors created by divination spells, and creatures can't be targeted with divination, and you can't teleport into or out of, and planar travel is blocked. So they're pretty serious about not being fucked with while they get this ritual taken care of. Alright, that means that on staff, I need to have 2, because they believe strongly in redundancy, wizards, or a wizard and a warsinger who has taken this with, you know, I don't know, magical secrets or some shit. So overall, good stuff. Alright. So what we should do is under Fane of Blood details. We should drag it out onto the map, just so that we have sort of a, you know, indicator of what defenses they have. So I feel like the main thing they're trying to do is no vision, so I'll go ahead and use that. I will do 200. And then we can select what page, so we'll skip right to magical defenses. Sweet. Alright, and that shouldn't show up for the players because they don't have access to that journal entry. Alright, and then we can apply that to all the others. Alright. So we've got the Blood Priestess right there. We've got the Fane Ruins, which are Tremendous. Okay. This is probably also where we could stuff the Wiz robes as well. We could put them right here at the end. So let's grab some Devastators. Devastators do naturally have access to 4th level spells, but we need them to have 5th level spells. So we are going to duplicate this guy, and we're going to call these guys Grand Devastator. There we go. And under the prototype, we're going to put Hobgoblin Grand Devastator. Okay. And then we're going to drop Private Sanctum on there, which I think... What did I... Fuck. Alright. Let me check my hotkeys real quick. I know I've been trying to transition my hotkeys over. I'm not 100% sold on Shift Tilde yet for those. Quick Insert is still set to Alt Q. Alright, but we're going to change it to Shift Tilde. Alright, got it. So, Private Sanctum. Okay. And then I believe they can also learn Forbiddance. Let's see. I know that Hallowed is straight up for clerics, but I think Forbiddance is both. Nope, that is also cleric. So as our cool, we'll have to take care of all that kind of shit. Alright, so we got to up their caster level to, let's say, 12. That will give them some 5th level spells, that spell slots that they can use. And then we should give them a couple of more spells to kind of beef up their potential here. I'm thinking Wall of Fire is always nice. And then we'll do Wall of Stone. I think they could do Wall of Stone. Nice. And then what we do for 6th level, straight up Wall of Force, like you ain't getting through. They are technically blocking the last bit of the dungeon. Maybe. Let's see. Wall of Force. Nope. Okay. And then, let's see. What else can we give these guys? If they're using Wall of Force, they probably also want to have a counter to Wall of Force. So we'll do Disintegrate. There we go. And I think that'll do nicely for these guys. So we'll give these dudes a long rest. And I guess we'll delete that entry. Alright. So now we have these 2 slightly bigger dick Wizrobes that are essentially going to be posted up to sort of guard the inner sanctum here. Alright. And I feel like a really big, cool, magical wall that is somehow tied to these guys would also add some coolness to it. So what if we made it a living wall? Living wall is always fun. So let's see. Wall of Flesh. Ah, my search history is so beautiful. Oh man, what game has that Wall of Flesh? Holy shit. Terraria? Terraria, you need to really go see fucking Jesus. Oh my god. Okay. So... Alright, Wall of Flesh. I've never played Terraria. Is it any good? Alright, that's going to boot up. We'll go ahead and... Yeah, that's really gross. We're going to go ahead and... Canvas, we're going to rotate it clockwise. We're going to go ahead and... do something like this. There we go. And... it's pretty far across, right? So we got to make it relatively wide. Alright. So, let's see. I like this stone part here at the end. So we could do like that. And then we'll go in here. There we go. Nice. And then we will dupe that over here. And there we go. Cool. Going like that. There we go. Alright. And then we'll select all the blue bits on the background. Oh, we have to unlock it first. Alright. Looks good to me. And then we're going to save it out. Well, let's just flatten it first. Then we can save it as a WebP. There we go. Wall of Flesh WebP. Good. I think that saved to downloads. Yeah. Alright. And then we'll go in here and my assets. We'll go to right-handed zoom. We'll go to maps. Feign. Alright. And we'll grab this Wall of Flesh. Beautiful. Drag that out. Man, that looks fucking cool. Okay. And these guys are essentially blocking the way through. So I guess it would go all the way across, like thus. Alright. Yeah, I dig it. Alright, so then we're going to go ahead and do wall controls. And I'm liking how all that's looking, TBH. I'll go ahead and add some regular walls here to make it look slightly more organic. This also feels like something that the Mind Flayers would have had left over, so it feels like a good thing to have here. Yeah, that's cool. Alright. So the way through is blocked by this fucking shit. So what we could do for this is, let me go and grab, and we don't have too much time, 15 minutes till the game. Yes, thank you, phone. 15 minutes till the game. Alright. I don't exactly know what Cryptid plans to play today, because he is very stubbornly going to have his character go look for this this creature, and so I don't know who or what he will be playing while he's going to look for his master. Essentially, it's very much like this is what my character would do. I'm done, you know. I'm done sort of like avoiding what my character would do for the party. Which, I mean, that's definitely a playstyle, for sure. Alright, let's go over here. And I don't believe I have a wall of flesh backed up. Let me see. I gotta stop using Alt, though, because it selects everything. There we go. Wall of flesh. Wall of light. I feel like this would just be the biggest gibbering mouther of all time. So we will just grab the biggest gibbering mouther of all time and drag it over. Alright. And this would be Fane of Blood, Wall of Flesh. Okay. And I don't know, let's give it like 500 hit points. That seems good. Okay. And oddly enough, it will be vulnerable to necrotic because it's just made of flesh. There we go. Yes, true. Narrator in the shadow. Let's see. We're going to set the CR to 15. There we go. Its speed is actually going to be 0 because it is a wall. Alright. It is immune to prone. That makes sense. I'm not even going to make it Paragon. I'm just going to have it do that. All of the DCs for its abilities, though, should be much higher. So we're going to do Poison Spray. Just so that I have a quick cheat sheet. Oh, I have to unlock. There we go. And let's try again. Poison Spray. There you go. And let's see. We gotta boof these stats a bit. It's a fucking wall, so let's make it really strong. We'll give it a 1 dexterity. Constitution we'll set at a 30. And the other stuff can just stay how it is, I guess. But we'll go ahead and set its DC off of its strength. So that would make it a 19 DC for its abilities. So anywhere that it would say that it has a DC, we would just up that. And then because it's so big, we're going to put multi-attack all. Alright, and we'll put the Wall of Flesh can attack every creature within range once. Alright, sounds good. So Blinding Spit, we'll just turn off the recharge on that because it's whatever. Gibbering happening all the time, but the DC is a 19 on that. And so we'll go down here and we'll set that to 19. Under description, we'll go ahead and increase the range from, what is it, 20 to 40? That seems good. You basically just want to deal with this thing at range, which is good because the wizards are going to stay close, throw up walls and stuff to protect themselves. So it should be pretty cool. It should be a pretty cool fight, like, overall. And Aberrant Grounds, Play-Doh-like surface around them, so we will need to move these kitties up a bit. There we go. And then Blinding Spittle, Gibbering, and then the Bite attack. It's at a +11. It doesn't look like it's benefiting from anything. I'm going to up the dice to D8s to represent the increase in size. And we're going to add Atmod so that it gets its strength bonus on those. Alright. And then, let's see. Knocks you prone. If it kills you with this damage, you are absorbed by the Mouther. Sounds fun. The last thing it probably needs is some tentacles. So I don't think we have any octopus that I could steal from. So I'll just grab one real quick out of storage. So giant octopus. I feel like giant octopus should just be chopped up and its different abilities should be used everywhere. Alright, so we'll drag over tentacles. There we go. And if the creature is a target, it is grappled. That's really the part that we want. The escape DC is a 19. And then the target is restrained. Period. Alright. And then, let's see. It's got reach. That's cool. Let's go in here and increase that reach to 30 feet. So it has a little bit of a range attack there. And then it will do 2d8 plus Atmod. Bludgeoning. Alright, and then the last thing that this cutie needs is Fling, which is just one of the greatest big monster abilities of all time. Alright, I like it. I like it. Okay. Now, the question will be, do they cut their way through the wall? Or do they actually try to kill the wall? We'll see. Alright. Or if I see that you sent this token, and it's really, or this macro, and it's really cool, but like, I don't know if I want to give into the temptation here. Like, I feel like, I mean, I feel like I either need to learn this stuff myself, or just move on and not do it anymore. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I can't rely on anyone for anything. That's my edgelord answer to this. But I will test it so that we can see it. But I think if I test it now, it might show up in chat. So I'm not gonna do it just yet. All right. I guess that's it. I guess I gotta go run my game. All right. So yeah. Today's going to be a very busy Saturday. I got some stuff going on after the game that I have to take care of IRL. I got some people I got to hang out with IRL. And then later, around probably 6, I'm going to do some prep for the one-shots for Pathfinder. And then at 7, I'm going to run the one-shot for Pathfinder. Tomorrow morning, we're going to do Curse of Strahd Daybreak. Tomorrow night, Mythic. Monday night, the finale for Odyssey Prime. Tuesday night, we're going to play some Pathfinder Abomination Vaults. Wednesday night, we're going to go back to playing Dragon's Dogma, I think. I don't know. If they want to play more Solasta, I guess we'll play more Solasta. We'll put Dragon's Dogma on the dreaded hiatus. But I really would like to play all the way through Dragon's Dogma. It seems like a really fun game. And I'm curious to see what other crazy-ass monsters there are to encounter and learn from. Thursday, Curse of Strahd, Nightfall. And then Friday, we'll probably do a vodcast, I'm thinking. Maybe video games we've been playing lately and how they influence some of our design choices for D&D and tabletop. That might be kind of cool. And then Saturday morning, we'll be back here. I hope everybody has a good weekend, and I will see you next time.